Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the collective. Collective, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, both listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Collective, I hope that you're doing well. Today's reading is all about the situation on your mind. It could have to do with a person, or it could have to do with some scenario in your life that you would like some guidance on from Spirit. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The first one to establish your spirit guides will be from the Sacred Forest Oracle. I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. Feels right. For the overall energy, the Citadel Fantasy Oracle deck, and for the tarot portion of your reading, the Light Seers Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the collective. We are going to establish what spirit guides are supporting them through this time and this reading. Collective, really beautiful energy here. Number 28, which reduces to a 10, corresponding to the Wheel of Fortune card in the major arcana of the tarot. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, talks about expansion and the wheel turning in your favor. And the card that you got is Pegasus, transcending. So already the Pegasus to me is this otherworldly creature, right? The horse with wings that I'm sure, which I don't know, but there is a lot of mythology having to do with the Pegasus, and it's actually the cover art of the deck. And I am noticing how she's almost caressing this Pegasus, this character. It's almost as if Spirit is carrying you and the word is transcending. It's almost as if you are stepping out of whatever scenario, situation that you're in right now, and kind of transforming yourself into a new version, and that you're stepping into kind of a new dimension of your being. This is the energy that's supporting you right now. It's almost as if you had any doubts about whether or not you're evolving, whether or not you're moving in the right direction, whether or not Spirit is there, this is confirming that they're supporting you. I mean, it almost feels physical for some reason. So I don't know if some of you have been having some kind of health issues, and that you just have been praying to Spirit to assist you in the healing process. I want to say that they are there. It's almost like rest with me, take solace with this energy that is supporting you. And it's so strong, right? Anytime we think of like horses, or in this case the Pegasus, they're so resilient, they're physically strong, and they have a lot of power, right? The Spirit's giving me horsepower. Horsepower also references not just energy expended, but also how that energy expended leads to speed. So you could, something in your life, you could want something to be accelerated. I'm not necessarily feeling that things are accelerating at the rate that you would like, because if you imagine this animal, this creature, you don't really see it moving very fast. You see it moving gracefully. Spirit just said growing old gracefully. They also said there's something to be said about patience, which it's not always a popular concept. Patience is not always a popular concept. Hurry up and wait. That's something I was out earlier with someone, and they were driving very quickly only to hit stop signs, stoplights. It was making me a little dizzy, to be honest with you. And in my mind, I just heard, okay, we're just gonna hurry up and wait. It's frustrating. I feel something is frustrating you, but it's almost like the more that you try to rush the process, the longer it's gonna take. Like, watch pot never boils. So Spirit is saying, just take a rest. Trust that we are supporting you and that we're carrying you. But just like when I was in the car and then we'd rush to a stoplight, it gave me that feeling of nausea. And so Spirit is reliving that for me, or recounting that to me, to illustrate to you that they have to lift you up slowly. Like we have to rise slowly, or otherwise it's going to overwhelm you. It's going to be too much. Maybe physically, but I'm thinking more conceptually. That the faster you go, Spirit's giving me the image. I don't know if, I'm sure some of you are cat owners. Have you ever seen a cat run at full speed on just like bare tile? And it's almost like their body is going faster than their grip will allow. And so it's almost like you can see their paws spinning, but they're not going anywhere. That's the image Spirit has in my mind. It's very funny. But that's what Spirit is showing me, that the faster you try to move, it's almost like you're going to be tripping all over yourself. You're going to be spinning your wheels and not moving. Rather, allow us to raise you up slowly and gracefully and beautifully. And all you have to do is trust. All you have to do is relax. Trust. Keep on the path. Keep doing what you're doing. This definitely feels like hits close to home. This is a collective reading, so it's a nice message. Like, if I took the pressure off of you right now and I said, collective, whatever this situation is, the situation on your mind that is causing you some anxiety, if I said to you, you don't have to worry about it. I got you. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Move in a steady forward motion. Put your best foot forward. That's it. Wouldn't you feel better? Wouldn't you feel better? Like Spirit saying, I got it. So just believe in that, right? But keep moving forward. Let's pull a card, an overall energy from the Citadel Oracle deck to see what we're talking about here. This is for the collective. Thank you to the Pegasus for showing up and supporting us. We are grateful. Overall energy for the collective. Thank you. Okay. The card that came out is beautiful. The Queen. And the words are determination and sacrifice. Immediately, because I don't know which queen it is, just referring to the energy of the Queen, immediately I'm thinking about this sense of responsibility, propriety, right? We have to do things properly. We have to do things by the book. just so, like if you think about royalty, there's all of this pomp and circumstance and appearances and obligations, responsibilities, and it's almost like whatever the situation is that's on your mind right now, you are in a power position. In this scenario, for the people that I'm reading for, you are in a power position. You are in a place of knowledge, of decision making, resoluteness. You know what you think, you know what you feel. You have a mastery. There's some truth. The crown chakra represented here. There's an intelligence. And well, now it's almost like getting a lot of sayings in this reading. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So maybe you're a little bit resenting these responsibilities. Doesn't mean you're masculine or feminine. It's just feminine energy. Doesn't matter what gender you ascribe to, if you ascribe to one. It's just that this is the queen. The queens are the ones that kind of the power behind the king, but also the kind of quiet thunder. They might not be the person in the front, but they wield a lot of the influence. Well, the king is the figurehead. The queen is the one that is making sure everything behind the scenes is working just as it should. And you know, spirit is actually giving me the term home economics. So when my mom was going to school, to college, long time ago, they used to have a major in college called home economics. It's something we should bring back, to be honest with you, because it taught her how to run a household, essentially run a life, balance checkbooks, care for families, look at all of the responsibilities, what it takes to take care of not just yourself, but others as well. And Spirit's giving me home economics as like a statement, just to illustrate the fact that there's so much labor that is unseen. People don't necessarily get credit for. You know, I'm thinking of my partner, I'm thinking of my sister, I'm thinking of all the parents that I know, all the unseen labor that they have to do in order to keep their families moving. It's tremendous, actually, and it's something that you're thinking about right now. In what context, I'm not yet sure. It shows me that you're handling it. You're handling it like a boss. You're handling it with a lot of, again, the word grace. But there's also a kind of sophistication with this. And I saw 1414 on my timer as I said that. Let's get some cards from the tarot. Past, present, future, clarifying cards, and at the end a card of advice from Spirit. I am only, taking uprights in this reading, unless directed otherwise from my spirit guides. This is for the collective, the situation on their mind. The situation on their mind, thank you. Okay, the final card came out. And I'm going to keep it to the side until we're ready for it. In the past energy, Two of Pentacles. Precisely. This is the card of endless multitasking. There is this musical instrument, and forgive me, I don't know what culture it comes from or what country. I want to say Central American, South American. They're these, they look like this, but they're much smaller, and you hold a set in both hands, and you kind of click them together. You click them with each other, you click them together, and it's this beautiful, I mean, you have to have a level of hand-eye coordination and rhythm that like just eludes me. Like I don't have that. But I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking of that, playing that those instruments, singing at the same time, clicking together, and it just, when I've seen videos of people singing to this instrument, it's masterful. But you don't see all the work, all the time and effort that these people put into learning how to do that. And so people might look at you and say, you make it look so easy. You're making everything in your life seem so easy. I wish I had my life as put together as you do, right? But it's clarified by this card, Five of Swords. Pretty self-explanatory in terms of what he's feeling here in the foreground. What a headache. And I feel, sometimes I feel like this character is another version of him. And sometimes I feel like it's somebody calling out. I definitely feel like these crows are squawking, and they represent air. They represent the swords, the thinking, the chatter. What a headache. Yeah, I make it look easy, definitely, but all the stress, I just saw a truck drive by that said Alaska on it. So if I have somebody watching in Alaska, that would be amazing. Maybe you're traveling to Alaska, or Alaska has some meaning to you. Five of Swords can be, traditionally it means like winning at all costs, but I more see it as the illustration of, we're just trying to, Spirit said, make ends meet. We're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm sorry for all the expressions, but I'm literally getting all these expressions. Keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the neighbors and society, and maybe part of that is, you know, wanting to look good, wanting to show face and have the appearance of the fact that we have everything together, and that we're abundant, and that we're making things work, and we're click-clacking those instruments, and we're singing a song and doing a dance, and look at how amazing we are. And I'm not saying that you're being in any way fake or anything, but maybe that's how you feel. You know, like, I'm working so hard and I'm juggling so much, and it's just giving me a lot of headache because it takes a lot of energy. This is your past. This is your past energy here. Let me get a clarifier for the past energy. It's almost like, to what end? Thank you. Judgment. Number 20 of the Major Arcana Judgment card, especially this one, it's like this inner, Spirit just wanted me to say child, this inner calling, this inner child beckoning forth from you, calling you, asking you to answer the call. I feel the ever so faint ear ringing here. It's not a full one, but I feel just a slight sound in my right ear. something, it's almost like you have this juggling here over on the side, and yet in these very few but quiet moments, something is calling out to you, right? This is a kind of transcendence, like wanting to rise up, wanting to be free. Spirit just quoted the line, the huddled masses yearning to be free. It's very shameful that I don't know which speech that is from or which document that is from. The huddled masses yearning to be free. It's like, oh, this is terrible that I don't know this. Is it the Gettysburg Address? Like, I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Oh, that's shameful. But the Spirit's giving it to me. So it came out of somewhere. I learned it somewhere in the recesses of my mind. And here it's coming. The huddled masses yearning to be free. So when I was talking about keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with like the status quo, the masses yearning to be free, it's almost like the spirits, the souls yearning to be free. It's free to express, because look at what I interpret as the spirit energy here, the soul energy. Just open heart chakra, open solar plexus, open throat chakra, just arms back, allowing the light in, allowing full expression, unencumbered. That is the yearning. Right? But we have all of our responsibilities and the things that keep us tethered, wanting to transcend, but maybe not knowing how exactly, having to trust. But first, we have to answer the call. And so I think that you're trying here in the present energy with the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration, co-creation. Here they're putting together a kind of tapestry, working together, enjoying each other's company. The higher figure often represents Spirit's energy. You know, like again, you're working on it, but let me support you. Let me hold this up for you so you can see clearly what you've done so far. You've juggled, you've accomplished. Can we just take a moment to recognize what you've done so far? It's masterful. It was fruitful. Nothing was wasted. Even if sometimes you feel like there was wasted time, there wasn't wasted time. Because look at what you have to show for it, right? This complexity, this beauty of what you've woven together in that tapestry that you call your life. It's unique to you, and Spirit has been supporting it this whole time. And then clarifying it, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, contentment, joy, like this freedom. Look, guess what? It's almost like it was here in the conceptual in the past, and now you're trying to bring it into the present. Here it's like kind of a transparent soul ether figure, and here it represents kind of the 3D energy. You can't deny the synchronicities here. Bringing it to fruition, bringing, you know, as above, so below, right? Like bringing what it is that you've been yearning for into the present moment. And like you're doing it, it's really amazing. So between the past energy and the present energy, there has been some transcending and transmuting. Slowly but surely, right? This wasn't made in one day. Things like this, think about the project in like a very practical sense. You're working on kind of weaving a tapestry. That doesn't happen in one day. It happens over time. And sometimes you have to put it down and come back to it. Just like projects, just like things in life. But you keep working on it. And I just did this. I'm trying to teach a class at my job. And I had to put together like a PowerPoint. And I'm not really good at stuff like that. And I've been talking about this class for a year at least. And finally I just had to sit my butt down and just work on it. And every single weekend I would do readings, and then afterwards I would work on this project, and finally I finished. Is it in its final 100% stage? No, because I have to make edits. But is it finished so that people can look at it and critique it and let's get all the knots out? Yes, because it was a constant endeavor. And thankfully, I didn't give up, because sometimes I tend to give up on things. It's the one thing that I like truly can't stand about myself. I there are a lot of things I need to work on, but like I can forgive myself those things. But the thing that I can't stand about myself is not finishing something. That means something to me. I can finish things for other people. I can finish things for work. I can't finish things for myself very often. So when I do, when I follow through, I feel like this. And I dare say you do too. Checking things off your list, and especially when they have to do with the projects that you care about. You know, maybe you've just been meaning to get into your garden, or take that trip, or write that story, or finish that whatever. And to finish it, to do it, to put effort forth, and to see that come back to you, it's the best feeling. And I wish it happened more often. And maybe it could, right? With the constant elevation. But it's difficult. It's difficult when the responsibilities that we've taken on and that have been charged to us take front and center. Because those responsibilities, maybe they're really important. You know, if you're the head of your household, if you're taking care of others, older people, younger people, you're, you know, at a job and you have a lot of responsibility. I mean, of course, those things are going to be in the foreground. What is this wish fulfillment here? 9 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. What's going on in the present energy for the collective? So 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I feel as though, because I asked for clarifiers, I feel as though you've kind of untangled yourself from a space of confusion. Because the 2 of Swords can talk about being in the dark, about something, being of two minds, being in our heads about it. And I feel like you've freed yourself from that confusion. And now with the 7 of Pentacles, you've planted seeds. And you're at that stage where you're watching things come to fruition. Things are growing. Again, there's this emphasis that it's not quite at the pace that you want it to be at. But Spirit is saying, you know, there is a lot happening behind the scenes that you can't see. And it's requiring you to have belief and have faith that the growing process is worthwhile. In the future potential, something so beautiful. You have 2 major arcana for the future potential. The Spirit's not messing around. When major arcana cards, first 22 cards of the tarot, when those show up in a reading, Spirit is not messing around. very divinely guided. You have the Justice card. Libra energy. Libra, if you're here, you showed up in your own reading. The Justice card, I mean, same sword. Justice card talks about karmic balance, things coming into equilibrium. This, you know, contracts moving through, legal agreements or court cases moving in your favor. And with all of that, this relief, it's finally your time. And clarifying it is number 4, the Emperor. The Emperor, the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. Aries, Scorpio energy. I'm really drawn to this right here. Is it the Queen? I actually don't know if that's, I don't remember what the Queen, I haven't played chess in a very long time. It's either the Bishop or the Queen. It would make more sense if it was the Queen. Spirit is drawing my attention to it. It's like playing the game skillfully, right? Playing the game skillfully. Just like we were talking about kings before, Emperor in a similar position. He's very powerful, but he's a figurehead. He's a go-getter. He's unapologetic. He has a lot of motivation, a lot of big ideas that he follows through on. Mars represented in the background. At the time that I'm doing this reading, Mars is in Cancer. Doesn't like to be in Cancer, according to all the astrologers. I'm not an astrologer, but it's almost like if we're going to be using these, or if we're going to be immersed in these powerful, kind of aggressive energies of Mars, then it's best to use it to our advantage. So I think in your near future, you're going to be very skillful at whatever you are putting your mind to. Shrewd, powerful, persuasive. It's almost like you speak in truths. You speak in truths. That reminds me of a Pisces friend. People often tell her she speaks in truths. She certainly does. That's for sure. But people could say that about you. Can I get a clarifier? Thank you. Okay, 3 cards. 3 intense cards came out. Wow. Yeah. Speaking in truths, all right. The 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior. Standing tall, not giving up, resilient. The 3 of Swords, the heartache, heartbreak card. Disappointment, loss. The Lovers, number 6 in the major arcana, Gemini energy. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading. So far we have Gemini, Libra, Aries, Scorpio. So I don't know if your situation has required you to overcome something that was difficult in a relationship situation. Lovers also can represent choices. So maybe you had to make a very tough decision and it left you feeling a little beside yourself. But I see this resilience here of you not giving up on yourself, first and foremost. And there's a sense within her, she's looking down. She's like, don't mess with me. You can see even the way that I'm holding the cards, this Lover's card is still trying to peek out. It's not necessarily that a relationship is lost or anything, but maybe there's a version of that relationship that has had to sit back or kind of stay back so that something else could emerge. It could have to do with what's going on here. You know, when two people get together, sometimes love is not enough, and they find that there's a deeper calling that they have to follow on their own. So I recently met someone who broke up with her significant other, and she broke up with him because it wasn't that he wasn't loving, but that he wasn't as supportive as she needed him to be. And she believed so strongly in what she was called to do that she felt that the best thing was to separate and go off and discover that calling. That's so difficult. She seems like, I just met her, but she seems like a very strong person. She seems like this. And this is what I see for all of you, collective, that there's this no nonsense here with these future energies. Like, look, 9 of Wands, Emperor, and Justice. There's no playing around with this energy. You know, but you're not heartless. You're not heartless. There's still so much to be expressed, and you're at this choice point right now where you're just trying to figure out how you want to express what's inside your heart, whether that's with another person, a business partner, a friend, or whether you're going to kind of cut your losses and keep it moving. You're going to be resilient no matter what with the Emperor here. And Spirit's advice, which was the card, the extra card that flipped out, is the 4 of Pentacles. Holding things close. Spirit wants me to say that sometimes the 4 of Pentacles can be problematic for me because it talks about just like, sometimes it talks about being stingy, or like not wanting to share. That's not what I feel here. I just feel it's saying to you that your resources, your time, your energy, your love, those are precious things. And Spirit's kind of just saying, be mindful of who you're sharing all of those things with. Because you have a lot that you are trying to accomplish right now. You have a lot that is working out for you, and Spirit wants you to keep rising. Slowly but surely. And the less encumbered you are, the better. So that's your reading, collective. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, everyone.